You read the title, you saw the thumbnails. Recently, there was leaks leaked by a well-known leaker. I'm not going to say they are a, credible, 100% credible leaker, but they have gotten leaks right in the past. And it's about the Stranger Things 5 release date. So today, I'm going to give you my opinions on these leaks and what I think it means for Stranger Things, if I think it will be true, and what I think Netflix is thinking if this is true. So before we get into the video, guys, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join my Discord down below where we talk Stranger Things every single day. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. It's gonna be, I feel like a split opinion between the fan base, and especially casual fans are undeniably going to hate this news, but I'm gonna try to bring a more optimistic viewpoint if it's even possible, I guess. But yeah, let's talk about this news. Let's get right into it. So if you haven't heard, this leaker right here on Twitter said that they had a big Stranger Things scoop to reveal, okay? And they haven't tweeted about Stranger Things in probably 6 months, maybe even longer, since probably last year at this time. And their leak was about the release date. Of course, they had it behind a paywall, but people paid for it and then leaked it on the internet. And the leak ended up being that Stranger Things / Netflix is considering releasing the 8 episodes and splitting them up into 3 different volumes. Now, it's already a little bit ridiculous that they would split up 8 episodes into 3 different parts, but the disheartening part of this news and the disappointing part of this news is that if there was 3 volumes, between volume 2 and 3, there would be multiple months, if not 6+ months in between those volumes. So the original scheduled rumored release date for Stranger Things Season 5 was Volume 1 in October of 2025 and Volume 2 in November of 2025. And that's the current basically confirmed release date, I guess. But with this rumor, it would be Volume 1 in October 2025, Volume 2 in November 2025, and then Volume 3 would be in early 2026. Now, early 2026 could literally be like April of 2026, maybe even May of 2026. Personally, I think if this was true, it would mean that Volume 3 would be the final episode or the final 2 episodes, and it would come out on spring break of 2026, which would be like late March, early April. That's what I would have to guess, which is basically a year from now. And that would mark almost 4 years between Stranger Things Season 4 and Stranger Things Season 5. And as far as the episodes being broken up, I would, if this is true, by the way, this is all rumors. We don't know if this is true, but we're just going to talk about it because there's really nothing else to talk about. I would say that Volume 1 would have 4 episodes. And Volume 2 would have 2 episodes, and Volume 3 would have 2 episodes. That is the most logical splitting up of the seasons that I could think of. Or maybe Volume 1 would have 3 episodes, Volume 2 would have 3 episodes, and then Volume 3 would have 2 episodes, right? Something like that. So yeah, that's how I think it would be split up as far as episodes go. Now, obviously, it's annoying that they want to split this up even more, or that this rumor is even coming out in the first place. And a lot of people don't think this leaker is credible, which is understandable. They've been wrong before, so this could totally just be a false rumor. But it kind of did come out of nowhere, and I mean, this leaker undeniably does have Netflix contacts, so maybe it is true. The only thing I don't like about this is that why wouldn't they just do weekly release update or weekly release episodes? You know what I'm saying? Like, start it in October, end it in like December or something. You know what I'm saying? 8 weeks, whatever. Like, I don't know why they want to just do that, because, well, I know why they don't do that, because Netflix doesn't do weekly release, but I think they should start doing it because it makes a lot more sense. But I really do think the Volume 3 thing is because they don't have it done, or they don't think they'll have the last 2 episodes done by November. So they want to take like an extra 3 months to edit those and make sure they're finalized, because, I mean, it takes a while to produce something like this. I'll just tell you from my perspective what I think about all this, and then I'm going to give the fan part of me the perspective, and you guys can just make your own opinions, but I think most of you will agree with me. As a creator of Stranger Things, obviously I've made, content on From, You, Dexter, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, other shows, but Stranger Things is my bread and butter, I guess you could say. I kind of like this personally because they're dragging it out, potentially 6 months of people just talking about the damn show. And for me, That's an extra like 4 months of content if it would be spring break of 2026. So I personally like it from a creator perspective, but obviously, 99.999% of people who watch Stranger Things aren't making content on it. So that perspective is kind of irrelevant. From the fan perspective, like if I didn't make content on this show and I had an opinion about this, I would be pissed off personally. I would, of course, obviously still watch it, still support it, still love the show. But of course, they said 2025, we expect 2025. Why would you push it into 2026 unless there was like absolute need for it? I feel like it could be the fact that they don't have it done edited, but it also could be the fact that they just want to milk it and make as much money as possible, which is even more infuriating if you're a fan. And they said in 2022, or the rumor was in 2022 it was going to be out in 2024. Then they said 2025, and now they're saying 2026. So it's honestly just heartbreaking. I mean, it just sucks. Like I said, I personally don't mind it because it helps me, but from a fan perspective, everyone's just going to be furious. Like if you go on my TikTok comment section of the video I made about this, talking about this rumor, most of the comments are saying, well, you can just keep the show at this point. We're losing interest. It's been 4 effing years. Like, what do you expect us to think? But then again, the people who are saying that are still going to watch the show. They're not going to just like ignore it. They're not just going to not watch it. But yeah, that's how the community feels at this point. They're saying like, just keep the show at this point. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. That's not all of the community. There's still like 30% of the diehards who are saying, we'll watch it no matter what. Just take your time, make it as good as possible. I'm sort of on that side, but I also understand other fans' perspectives. But not only does this change the release date and everything and just like the overall release of Stranger Things season 5, but this also changes the production or the promotion of Stranger Things season 5. It changes all of it because it's supposed to start, or at least hopefully it starts on May 31st with Tudum. Stranger Things is the face of Netflix Tudum 2025 on May 31st, which is in exactly 10 days, which is just actually unreal. So yeah, since Tudum is happening now, think about it. If this was actually releasing in 2026, the last episodes, that means that the promotion would start almost a year before the final episode would release, which I think is insane. So either this is what's going to happen, in my opinion. They're going to start promoting Stranger Things on May 31st at Tudum, and they're not going to talk about it again for like another month or two until late July or early August. And we're just going to be like, well, that was stupid. Why did you even talk about it at Tudum if you weren't going to consistently promote it? And they're just going to do scarce promotions, and it's going to be very underwhelming until volume 1 and 2 release. Or what I'm hoping for, and what we're all hoping for, is that this is setting up like this grand promotion for the biggest show ever in Netflix history, arguably the biggest show of all time, just in the world. And they're going to go all out on the promotion, because imagine if they started promoting it like seriously on May 31st in Tudum, and say they talk about it again on like June 15th, the Stranger Things writers account becomes active, they start posting hints and teasers and all this stuff. Maybe we get a teaser in like August, and then it just keeps going all the way to volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 and 2 happen, and then we get like a final trailer on Christmas for volume 3. We get more and more teasers. Like, the hype would be at an all-time peak if they did this promotion right. The only thing that scares me with that assumption is that they haven't done shit in 3 years, so why would we expect that? You know what I'm saying? But then again, if you remember for season 4, they started the promotion for season 4 pretty early, and that obviously wasn't the final season, and that was after, the COVID delay and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure the first trailer for season 4 released in like March of 2022, and the first volume didn't release until the end of May, so that was like 2 months, and then obviously another month until the final volume released. But this one would be even 10 times more extreme, because Tudum is on 31st, and they're going to talk about it. They're probably going to give us a teaser, and volume 1 is not predicted to release until 6 months after that. So it doesn't really make any sense for them to talk about it unless they have promotion in line. Otherwise they're just going to get everybody hyped up literally for the hype to go back down, which I don't want, we don't want, you don't want, nobody wants. Like, don't give us a trailer and then don't talk about it for 5 months. We want a trailer, and then we want more consistent. Like, it doesn't take a genius to just stay active on the writer's account and just tweet random shit to get people hyped. That's what I'm hoping for. after Tudum happens. But if they completely throw this, it might be the biggest fumble ever, unless the season is perfect, which obviously we're hoping it is. But I can sit here and try to justify this all day long, but the reality is it sucks that, you know, that this is even a rumor, 2026. I mean, it's actually like unreal. I sat here like a month ago telling you guys that I think it should have released in late 2024, regardless of all the actor schedules and everything. Like, I think they could have done it if they would have crunched time more and would have been a little bit more urgent. And now we're seeing this. So yeah, I can sit here and try to justify it all I want, but people are still going to be pissed off. People are still going to be confused. But that's the rumor floating around right now, guys. 2026 for Volume 3. The good news is that we're still like on pace. Like, they didn't say anything about Volume 1 being delayed or anything. So that's what I'm excited for. You know, we're going to get Volume 1 in October almost no matter what. That's what's most important. Hopefully those episodes are already done, or at least almost done. And, you know, that way we can get it as soon as possible. We can get some sort of Stranger Things season 5 content as soon as possible. But there are so many people who watch TV shows who just want to sit down and watch it in one day. They don't want to sit down, watch 3 episodes, try to remember what happened, then watch it in a month from then, watch another 3 episodes, and then wait 6 months, forget what happened in the first 6 episodes, and then watch the last 2 episodes. Like, that's just a lot for people who have busy lives. Obviously, me, I'm just gonna watch the season like 5 times. 500 times maybe, but yeah, so we'll just see how it pans out. That's the rumor going around. Once again, it's not confirmed anyways, so this could be useless, but I would assume it didn't come out for no reason. And there was rumors of 3 volumes like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, we've already seen these rumors, and now they're coming back up again, so I would not be surprised if it becomes true. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today, guys. 3 volumes is potentially a possibility. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns about it. If you're happy, if you're excited, if you don't care, because I know some people just don't care, they're fine with whatever, or if you're furious and infuriated like most of the Stranger Things community. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tudum is in 10 days. I will probably be doing a live stream on YouTube reacting to that, or some sort of big content thing I'll be doing. We'll see. And yeah, regardless, guys, have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we get Stranger Things Season 5 as soon as possible. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.